Peacemaker Season 2 Episode 8 has been released, and this is the breakdown of that video. Are you thinking why I'm speaking so like that? Because the episode is like that. It's just filler and it have nothing, and the things that are happening in that episode are just like forced and feels unnatural to happen. Don't worry, I'm not going to bash that episode because James Gunn did many things wrong, but the one thing that is stopping for me from doing that, I'm going to discuss in this video. So watch this video till the end. So episode 8 starts with Chris in jail. No, actually it goes again to the flashback, that is 1 month ago, where we see Emilia and Chris having some chat over Adebayo and Adrian and things about their 11th Street skate things, and that is like good. And then we witness things like Emilia is drunk and Chris too, and they all go to some boat party, and then it is cut to Chris in jail, and Chris is avoiding to meet anyone, while on the other hand August is trying to use the portals, the 98 portals, and they are going and checking each and every portal and trying to find something that they want. And do you know who Argus is working with? I mean Rick Flag Senior, because now he is the head. So technically he is working with, it's Luther. Yes, Luther is not free from Bell Reeve, but actually all the members that are working with Rick Flag currently are the members of Luther Corp, who work for Luther during the events of Superman. And during this all things, many people die because they are going into literally other dimensions where you don't know anything, like economist says, their physics, their gravitation, their things, and therefore casualties happen. But you know what's shocking in that? Actually, while all this is happening, Rick Flag and the team of Luther and few other guys are just having fun. They're happy, they're drinking, they're eating, while everyone in the August team, they are going and putting their bodies on the line, actually their lives on the line, are dying. And this makes Sasha to decide to stay away from Rick and distance herself from Rick Flag Senior. Meanwhile, on the other hand, Adrian is locked himself because Chris is not out there, and definitely he don't like to do shit without his bestie. And Adebayo comes to him and suggests about using the money that Adrian has, but Adrian refuses because it's all blood money, it's from human trafficking and all other darkest things you could think that we do in real world. Should I say that? But then Adebayo uses Adrian's love or obsession, whatever you want to say, over Chris to persuade him to use that money for bailing Chris. But you know what Chris does? After bailing out, he just decides to get out of the town. Yes, avoiding everyone. And soon, one later, Adebayo gets to know about this. Then Amelia, Economos and Adrian all discuss and think of finding Chris. But the problem is, Chris is really trying to avoid everything, and he is literally in places where they can't think he would be. And there's a mention of the chip inside Peacemaker's head that Waller put in during the Suicide Squad movies. But then Emilia says that Emilia and Economist both don't have the access to use it and find Chris's location. On the other hand, Sasha knows about the Rick Flag's original plan. That is, during this all scouting and stalking in other dimensions by Argus team, they found some planet that is like heaven and there is no one inhabited, and it's like some salvation. And Rick Flag suggests that it's a salvation, the planet, the salvation is the prison for the meta-humans in their dimension, that is Rick Flag Senior's dimension. And knowing all this, that Rick Flag's serious intentions, Sasha decides to go to Emilia for help. Then Sasha, Emilia, Economist play together and then finds the Chris's location. And I knew this, that Vigilante would come and beat up Chris to just catch him. Then everybody says their stuff to convince Chris. And all of that is nothing useful because they all leave, as seemingly Chris is not interested in coming back. But then Chris just comes to Amelia and asks about did it matter anything. And actually I forgot to tell the past, that is again they go back to flashback. And it is about Amelia and Chris having their few moments while they were in that boat party, Nelson. And lastly, Amelia just accepts it. And then, as usual, Chris is mad and he's enjoying, and then everything is sorted, and all of them like Chris, Emily, Economist, Vigilante, Adrian, Adebayo, plus Shasha, plus Tim's character. I don't know him, I don't remember his name, sorry. And Judo Master, man, all of them come together and they have some, what is that? Checkmate. Yes, that Adebayo's business, right? That is checkmate. And if this was not enough, then we have Kia and Adebayo sorting out their things like it was already nothing less than a finale. And in the end of the episode, we see Argus team coming and getting Chris to their where they have their dimensional portal, and they send him to that planet or that prison or that salvation, whatever they want to call it. Leave him there. And that was Rick Flag's revenge for Rick Flag Jr. Then Chris actually hears some growling sounds like some really dangerous creatures out there living in that dimension, and then episode ends. Yes, there are few things like after or mid-credit scenes, but they are not necessary, they are just for fun. Now tell me, did you not feel what was this James Gunn moment in this episode? And this is the finale of season 2, man. And yes, I know there are many directors in this season 2, like James Gunn, Jones, Peter, and Greg. I know that. But the point is, the direction is not the problem. The problem is the writing. Who wrote episode 8 and all episodes? James Gunn, right? And episode 8's writing is definitely not good. It's like some filler for some Man of Tomorrow or Super Woman of Tomorrow. And yes, I feel it can be related to Woman of Tomorrow too. Although I don't know if Kara could reach to different dimensions. I don't know the science of it, and I'm not talking about the comic book science here that might have happened in comic books, but I'm talking about, can it actually happen like a sci-fi thing in this DCU? I'm talking about that, and I would think about it, but yeah. And you know, James Gunn told himself that he will always keep a complete story in each and every project of DCU, and it will not be feel like, yeah, forced to be part of universe or something for the sake of being the universe things, but he did it. The episode 8 is not a finale episode in any means. And you know what is more concerning than this? Peacemaker season 2 actually raised back the same question that was settled by Superman. Superman actually felt like a part of universe where many other characters are there, yet the movie is like, yes, it's not like Thunderbolts where everything is happening in New York, then Spider-Man and other heroes and yet here we see things like this. Still the same thing going back. Yes, the problem is not having legs or having legs. Actually the problem is it feels forced into the universe and it is not complete. Though I told, the only thing that is stopping me from bashing this episode is that it gives closure to many characters, like even Kia and Shasha, Judo Master, Tim's character. Many characters, even the main conflict that is Chris's and Emilia's relationship, all is resolved, though it is not convincing and not like good in any means, but still it gives closure. And that is good. We will not have anything like this again and again in the future projects, but still that doesn't make this episode any good. So yeah, that was all in my takes, and that's the only reason I'm not going to bash it. And you can tell your experience watching Peacemaker season 2 in the comments. And if you felt like me, please do like the video. Likes are the only metric that can promote my videos to larger audience. Thanks for watching. Superheroes are not coming. And yet here we see things like this.